Can diabetes really be reversed? Can diabetes be controlled without medication? Can it be completely cured, just like other common diseases? Can we achieve freedom from diabetes forever? These questions are on the minds of millions today. Today, we'll dive deep into this topic and find out if it's truly possible to get rid of diabetes completely. I reversed my diabetes. Can you do it too? Let's understand how. In today's video, diabetes isn't a new disease. Its history goes back thousands of years. The first mention of it is found around 3,000 years ago in ancient Egypt, where it was described as a condition in which urine became unusually sweet. Greek physician Aretaeus of Cappadocia named it diabetes, meaning siphon, referring to the continuous flow of water from the body. He observed that patients with this disease lost weight rapidly. In Indian Ayurveda, it was called madhumeha, where madhu means honey and meha means urine, because the urine of diabetic patients was found to be sweet. History shows us that diabetes has been recognized for centuries, but the journey to understanding and controlling it is ongoing. The biggest revolution in diabetes treatment came in 1921 when Dr. Frederick Banting and Charles Best discovered insulin. This discovery was a lifesaver for people with type 1 diabetes and earned them the Nobel Prize. Diabetes is mainly of two types. Type 1 diabetes. This is an autoimmune disease where the body stops producing insulin, requiring lifelong insulin injections. Type 2 diabetes. This is the most common type, and it's the focus of our discussion in this video. The main cause behind type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. Not sugar, but insulin resistance. Today, India is known as the diabetes capital of the world. As of 2021, over 77 million people in India were living with diabetes, and it's estimated that by 2045, this number will reach 134 million. But the question is, why is diabetes increasing so rapidly in India? Let's understand the hidden reasons behind this. In conventional allopathic medicine, diabetes is considered a chronic disease, one that lasts a lifetime. This system mainly focuses on controlling symptoms rather than addressing the root cause. Common treatment options include medications like metformin, insulin injections. But can it be stopped just with medicines? Probably not. Allopathy views diabetes as a progressive disease, meaning that it worsens over time, and patients often become dependent on medications for years. The most concerning part is that these medicines can increase long-term complications of diabetes. In reality, medications don't cure the disease. They only delay its complications to tomorrow. Disadvantages of uncontrolled diabetes. If diabetes remains uncontrolled for a long time, it can affect almost every organ in the body. Heart increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Eyes can cause retinopathy, potentially leading to blindness. Nerves may cause tingling or numbness in hands and feet. In severe cases, amputation may be needed. Kidneys gradually damage the kidneys, potentially leading to kidney failure and lifelong dialysis. Brain affects memory and mental health. Sexual health can cause erectile dysfunction in men and reduce libido in women. Immune system weakens the immune system, making the body unable to fight even minor infections. But the good news is, diabetes can be controlled without medication, and in most cases, it can even be reversed. To understand diabetes, we first need to understand insulin resistance. Diabetes isn't a disease of sugar, it's a disease of insulin resistance. This concept was first proposed by Dr. Wilhelm Falta in the 1930s. Later, in the 1960s, Dr. Yalow and Dr. Burson developed a technique to measure insulin levels. It was then discovered that many type 2 diabetes patients had normal or elevated insulin levels, yet their blood sugar remained uncontrolled. The problem wasn't the sugar itself. The cells in the body weren't responding to insulin properly. This condition is called insulin resistance. But what is insulin really? Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas. Its job is to signal the body's cells to take glucose from the blood and use it for energy. Now imagine this. If a person eats too many carbs and sugars over a long period, the body has to release insulin repeatedly. Gradually, the cells become desensitized to insulin, and this is insulin resistance. What does this mean? Now, the body needs to produce even more insulin to manage the same blood sugar level. Over time, this puts immense pressure on the pancreas, and eventually, the pancreas becomes exhausted and produces less insulin. And that is the beginning of type 2 diabetes. Modern research and new understanding. Why does insulin resistance occur at different levels in different people? That remains a mystery. Modern science has identified several causes, such as genetics, lifestyle, sedentary work, lack of sleep, stress, diet, high carbs, and processed foods. But one thing is clear: if you make changes in your lifestyle, insulin resistance can be reduced, and type 2 diabetes can be controlled or even reversed without medication. Recently, two of the world's most prestigious institutions have also recognized this. ADA, American Diabetes Association. ADA's new guidelines now officially recognize diabetes remission. According to them, if you reduce carb intake, maintain a healthy weight, exercise regularly, it is possible to reverse type 2 diabetes. ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. ICMR agrees, low-carb, high-fiber diet, regular physical activity, these are highly effective in controlling diabetes and may help reverse it. So now the question is, if scientific research and health experts say diabetes can be reversed, are you ready to take that step? How I reversed my diabetes. I want to share my story. 9 years ago, in 2016, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes during a routine checkup. Initially, I made a few lifestyle changes and relied on medication. For a while, my sugar levels stayed under control, but gradually they started rising again. When medications increased, but the problem remained, I realized the real solution lay elsewhere. I started researching and learned that the root cause wasn't high blood sugar, it was insulin resistance. Understanding insulin resistance changed everything for me. I stopped relying only on medicines and took control of my lifestyle. Key steps in my journey: 1. Diet. Reduced carbs and sugars, increased fiber intake, focused on protein-rich foods. 2. Exercise. Walked daily, added strength training. 3. Stress management, practiced meditation and breathing exercises. Prioritized sleep. 4. Regular monitoring, kept track of my blood sugar and HbA1c levels. Eventually, my medication stopped and my blood sugar was fully under control. Today, I'm not just diabetes-free, I've transformed my life. If I can reverse my diabetes, so can you. It all starts with taking that first step. The secret to reversing diabetes: reduce insulin resistance. Simple steps: balanced diet, low carbs, high fiber, and enough protein. Regular exercise, walk daily and do light strength training. Mental health, manage stress and get proper sleep. Monitor regularly, check blood sugar and HbA1c often. Remember, insulin resistance is the root cause, and reducing it is the key to reversing diabetes.